Oops, I was muted. Sorry about that, everyone. I was muted. I'm running a master class group next week, and it's the 5 common mistakes to avoid when hiring a virtual assistant. And there's going to be a live Q&A section as well. So if you're not an entrepreneur and you're at the stage and you're thinking about bringing on a virtual assistant, or maybe you've tried before in the past and you weren't successful, this masterclass is going to give you some great tips on how to get your business ready for a virtual assistant, and also how to select a virtual assistant as well. And I'm also including some tips of how you can bring on a virtual assistant without paying any money as well. But let's get back to today's topic as well. So the factors that I believe is really important, and that is sitting back and really looking at how long you've been in business for. I remember, when I first started business in 2001, I was developing a lot of courses, but I wasn't really marketing myself very well. I didn't really understand marketing. And what I would do is I would do a thing that a lot of course creators do, and maybe you do this as well. I would just stay in development mode, and when one of my courses didn't sell, what I would do is just create another course, because I was always thinking maybe my audience didn't, want to actually hear about this course, or maybe it wasn't hitting their, the target market. But I suppose looking back now in 2001, I really didn't have any understanding of marketing at all. I was the entrepreneur who started the business with no business experience, and I had to work it out for myself. Now, after 20 years, I've been able to work it out, but you don't have to do the same as I did and stay in the trenches and work it out for yourself. Today, there's so much on the internet today that is given to you, freely, that you can use to look at your decision-making processes. But I think that the top thing to remember is when you're pricing your courses, one is understanding your market, but also really sitting back and looking at how well do people know you. For example, when we talk about the big players in your industry, they probably have been in business online for a long time, and with that length of time being in one business, they've obviously already done all the hard yards, done all the testing, and they've got a large following that's following them as well. But not only that, they also have a lot of social proof, because they may have been running a course, for decades. So in that time, they've been able to create a lot of social proof to actually show evidence that they get results. Now, this can be a little bit of a magician, mirrors, smoke and mirrors as well, because when we hear the results that their clients get in many situations, they have been online for a long time previously, or they're at the tipping point, or they've tried a few other courses prior, and this is just the momentum that they've gathered by sticking at it as well. But if you've got a large following already, then obviously you can charge a higher price than maybe someone who's just starting out, who hasn't got social proof, or hasn't got testimonials yet, or is not a proven product yet. So that plays a big part in it as well, because people become more skeptical online, because often you hear this stuff that really annoys me, and that is false expectations being put in place. I suppose I'm being put to the public out there that if you do my course, I'm going to guarantee you're going to get a 6-figure income. Well, that's not true. Many entrepreneurs who are really successful, all of them have had very small pickings to begin with. But the reason why they're successful is because they stick at it. They pick themselves up, they test and measure, they revamp, and they keep on launching perhaps the same course until they actually hit the sweet spot, until they actually get the result they're looking for. Whereas many I suppose new entrepreneurs, what I see happening is they'll try a course and they didn't get the results, so they'll ditch that course, and then they'll go and chase another shiny object as well. So So how you price your course to begin with, the first tip I'm going to tell you is it all depends on how long you've been on business, how much social proof, and also your testimony as well. Because obviously you can dictate a higher value because you've got a proven product already. So that's your first, that's your first point to consider. The second one is to consider as well is how long is your course? What's the length of your course? Is it a 10-week program? Is it a year program? Is it a 6-month program? Or is it just a startup program that may be completed in 1 month, for example? So the length of your program will also determine on how much people will pay for your program as well. And of course, the third one is looking at, which is I think is very important as well, is how much personal support are you going to give the people on your course as well. So that's the one-on-one support. Are they going to get individual coaching, or are they going to get group coaching, or is it going to be a do it yourself with you not interacting at all? So that will determine the price as well. But the main thing to do is to get your courses out there. But before you get them out there, make sure you know what your market wants first. So often I teach my clients that work with me in my academy, my Inspiring Course Creators Academy. I teach them to get their courses sold out before they even go into development mode, because that's the mistake that I made back in 2001. I was developing, and I had a whole year of program that had been developed, but I had breadcrumbs giving me all the time. Like I'd get a few clients, but not as many to sustain my business as well. So one more time, the 3 tips that's important to look at, just summing it up again. One is, have you got a proven product already, and you already have that social proof that you can actually charge more as well. The second one is the length of your course. How long is your course going to be? And the third one, of course, is how much individual support that you are going to give to your people on your program as well. So remembering, just to finish up, if you want to attend this virtual assistant mastermind group that I'm running, I'm coming up next week. It's the 5 common mistakes to avoid when hiring a virtual assistant. Again, there's a Q&A live as well, and I will stay on the masterclass to answer all the questions that are put forward to me again. The link is above me. Jump on. Love to connect with you, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care. Bye.